What is up, NoFace gang? Today we're going to talk about our favorite topic of all time, how to land your dream collaboration, how to DM the big artists, the small artists, your favorite artists, and land that collaboration that you've always wanted. Now, I've worked with some of the biggest artists around the world. I have a collaboration with Tiesto, I have a collaboration with Steve Angelo from the Swedish House Mafia, to name a few. So I have been able to succeed in that department over my career, but there's definitely a ton of tactics that you can start applying today, especially if you're an up-and-coming artist and trying to land those collaborations without failing on those miserable DM attempts that we try to do over and over again and never succeed. So let's dive into the most important key factors on how to be successful on landing the most exciting and perfect collaboration for you as an artist. Now, before you start DMing, messaging, and harassing all these artists that you are in love with or simply love their music, you have to take a look at a couple of key factors. And the number one factor is scaling. Now, are you gonna DM Skrillex right away? It's probably not a good idea because he's not gonna see your message and will not reply. So scaling is the most basic and the most important thing that we have to take a look at, and scale like this. Make a list of your favorite artists that you absolutely would love to collaborate with this year, next year, in 5 years. Make that list and put them in a scalable sort of a scenario, almost like a ladder, where you take the biggest guys at the top of the mountain, the smaller guys at the bottom, and start at the bottom, somebody who is more or less on your level, maybe just a bit bigger, but don't overreach. Don't overreach on that. Be very careful on the scaling, because the thing is, as you scale and get bigger collaborations, you can present those collaborations to the other artists and say, oh, hey, look, this is what I have done already with these other amazing artists. So don't jump in and start DMing Skrillex, but instead start looking at some of the smaller artists that, for example, are on his label or other labels that you are following currently, and take a look at some of those artists and scale until you get to the top. Now, the second most important thing, which is so obvious and so many guys are not implementing, is get to know your artist. Just because the artist is popping off and touring all over the world, or you see him all over your social media feed, does not mean that you know about the artist. If you're gonna DM someone for a collaboration, it's probably a good idea for you to do some research and understand what kind of music they're into, what style of music they're into, and what the hell they're releasing and producing anyway. I don't think that you should be trying to get a collaboration in place with someone that you don't even know their music, honestly. So finding out everything that you can about that artist and their music is extremely important. It's almost like doing your, market research before you dive in and DM that person. Now, let's assume that you actually found an artist that you truly love and you want to collaborate with them. And it is absolutely one of your goals for this up and coming year. So the first thing to do is the obvious thing, is to follow the artist on all their socials and start interacting with those artists. Now, they might not reply to your comments or DMs right away, but if you start sharing their music, their releases, that becomes very personal for them. Now, if you love the artist and you truly want to collaborate with that artist, wouldn't that make sense that you would also want to share their music and share their music to your fans? And I promise you, if you share their music to your fans, they will recognize that and they will respect that immensely. They will respect that immensely. And there's a high chance for you to actually get noticed by that person. And you might even get a DM from that person simply saying thank you. That's literally your in. That's your first baby step towards opening up that relationship with that particular artist. It's almost kind of like if you go out to a club and you want to meet someone, or a guy or a girl, you don't come up to them instantly and ask them to, get their number or whatnot. You first get to know their name, you get to know where they're from and whatnot, and create interactions within interactions for them to notice you first. So sharing your favorite artist's music or the artist that you want to collaborate with is probably the most efficient and effective tactic that you can start implementing today. Number 4 is be authentic. Whenever you follow your artist, the person that you want to collaborate with or whatnot, you have to stay authentic. Don't try to fake it. Don't be fake or try to be Mr. Cool Guy on the comment section or whatnot. Don't be witty. Don't do any of that stuff. Just be yourself, be honest, and if you like something, let the artist know, of course, in the comments, and let them know how you feel about their music and whatnot. There's no need to get into any kind of arguments or confrontations, especially fake arguments or confrontations with artists that you're trying to, collaborate with, because that's just gonna not necessarily play out in your advantage. And when I say be authentic, we all know how easily we can, see the fakeness in people. So being authentic is one of the most important things, because me as an artist myself, I can tell when my fans or other artists that are kind of following me, commenting me on my posts, sharing the music, I can tell right away if they're just trying to get to me for my name and get a collaboration out of it, or they truly actually respect me and love my career and are there to support and help out. Number 5 is an amazing one. It's provide value. Now, I have a story that actually truly happened. I wasn't trying to necessarily get a collaboration with that person, but Penny Lane, who works with Repopulate Mars, you guys might know, we follow each other on Twitter, and I saw that she had some kind of a question about a MacBook repair in Los Angeles, and I've repaired my MacBook multiple times, and I have a buddy of mine in LA. So when I saw her post about it on Twitter, I instantly just offered help. I wasn't trying to get anything out of it and whatnot. She, DM'd me, obviously gave me her number, and I connected her with the person in LA. I was just trying to help out, and now we've built a connection. We never met in person and whatnot. I absolutely love what they're doing over there at Repopulate. So it's definitely a good relationship builder for us in the future, for NoFace and for all of our artists as well. So simply reaching out and providing value is so easy and so incredible. And I guarantee you that the artists that you're trying to reach for collaborations or whatnot are going to notice that, and they are going to respect that immensely. And if you do that enough times, they will follow you back and treat you more than just a person that is a fan. And at that point, that's when you can kind of start creating those relationships, sending music and all of that fun stuff. Now, those are my five most important essential things that I would focus on right now. And I would like to kind of end this topic with a great story that I read Gary Vee talk about on Twitter, actually. And I think it's kind of fascinating, and it ties into everything that we are talking about right now. And he was trying to get a hold of some important person, a CEO or a CFO of some business or a company, somebody really big on Twitter. And he really didn't know what the approach was. Is he going to DM that person, start talking to that person? He had no idea what to do. Now, he did some research, and he found out that this person's favorite baseball team, I don't remember specifically what the baseball team is and what that player that he likes specifically, the name of that player is. But Gary Vee played that to his advantage when he started having a conversation based on sports. Now, finding something that you can relate to, sports, movies, other music, food, travel, and whatnot, is actually a really, really great conversation builder. Because when people flock you and attack you about the topics or the questions that they want to, for you to provide answers to, or values that have to do with within your industry and whatnot, it almost kind of feels like they're coming after you, for some kind of value, which is a massive turnoff right away. So what Gary Vee did, he basically opened up a conversation about common ground. They shared common interest in a team that they both loved and a player that they specifically loved. And of course, the guy replied, and I guarantee you that he checked out Gary's profile probably and saw what he was all about. And that was a great conversation builder that I'm sure led to some sort of a business collaboration. Now, I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, definitely follow us, like us, comment down below. We're going to continue giving you guys this industry insight on how to succeed, on some of the tactics that I've learned throughout my career, just to make sure that you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did when I got started. Best of luck on that collaboration, and never forget, be real and be you.